And thanks for joining us tonight. From the initial concept to construction and the grand opening, it is now the latest chapter in a story we have been following for years. Little John's Kitchen, which features the pay what you can concept, is now suspending operations. The founder of the nonprofit, which also employs veterans for food industry training, says losing its temporary space and growing food and labor costs has been too much for them to handle all at once. And our Armand Rahman explains. Armand?
Eric, Chef Dave Heide tells me it's important everyone knows they aren't giving up and shutting down, just temporarily suspending their services while their new facility is being built for the next 12 to 18 months. But he understands that the Dane County Meals on shelters and more will feel their absence.
That was the hardest morning of my life, was this morning.
That's because Chef David Heide had to tell his staff at Little John's Kitchens.
Things got out of our hand, and there wasn't anything we could do to fix it. But that doesn't mean that we don't feel guilty and sorry for that happening.
The nonprofit was preparing and sending out almost 16,000 meals a week to senior centers, schools, homeless shelters, and more.
Unfortunately, as of today, are having to term about 80% of our projects that we were working on, the meals that we were trying to feed out in the community.
They have to be out of their temporary space in Verona by February 10th, and Heide says another location slated for this year had fallen through.
Like right now, there's literally no kitchen.
It's been hard for him to find a kitchen space that meets their equipment needs and their price.
Although there were some wonderful ideas put out there, a lot of them, the landlords wanted $13,000 in rent, and just we can't sustain that while also trying to help the communities we serve.
Even though they mostly use excess food donated from farms, stores, and other suppliers, some contracts call for very specific orders.
So we were having to supplement all of it with purchasing ingredients, which meant that our food costs went, through the roof.
During the gap, Heide hopes there will be job opportunities waiting for the veterans they hire for paid 6-month kitchen training.
If you are an employer looking for an amazing employee, we have some amazing people, and we just want to make sure our staff are taken care of.
Chef Dave says there will be 2 people available Monday through Friday afternoons in person to help any of his employees with job placement, resume writing, or referral letters. He's also hoping to maintain their setup at the Children's Museum.